Hey everybody, Playtendoguy here, and I'm back with another video. It's Monday, so you know what that means. It's time for a weekly Blu-ray, DVD, and video game pickups haul. And overall, this week's a little bit slow, but there's still a few things to show nevertheless. So without further ado, let's get into it. So yeah, for the past week, there's only been about 8 titles, 4 games, 4 films. 3 of them, well actually 4 of them are big new releases. So without further ado, let's start off with the video games. And we've got 3 Switch games and 1 PS4 game. First up is a game that I wanted to get for quite a while, and then they re-released it with another game in it. And that's the Disney Classic Collection with The Jungle Book, Aladdin, and Lion King. Yeah, this originally came out with like Lion King and Aladdin, but now they've included Jungle Book with it. And these were all released in the 90s for like the Sega, Mega Drive, and for the SNES and the Game Boy as well. And each version was quite different because they were all developed by different teams. You do get all games here, you get about 5 to 6 versions of each game, as well as like behind the scenes look at how they made the games with like documentaries with like the development team, as well as with Disney themselves. It's really interesting to actually just go back and look at how development happened and how they worked alongside Disney to make these games. So yeah, it's a really good collection, and this one actually comes with an instruction manual with the Jungle Book. So that's the Disney Classic Collection. Next up is another game that I wanted to get for quite a while. It's like an indie game, but it has a lovely art style. It's like an RPG, and that's called Cristal. Don't really know much about it, but that it's an RPG, and it does have a really nice art style. Got it from Argos. Haven't played it yet, but I'm pretty certain it also comes with an instruction manual. And the final Switch game is a game that I have already reviewed with the channel, but I really want to get the physical edition because it comes with all the various bells and whistles, such as a double-sided map, stickers, as well as like a strategy guide. And it comes in a nice big box, and that's Dying Light Platinum Edition. Yep, already played this for the channel, really enjoyed it. It's a great Switch port, fantastic game, includes all the content on the cartridge, very good, very impressive. Honestly, sunk quite a lot more hours into this game, really enjoyed it. So yeah, that is Dying Light Platinum Edition, and this also leads me on to my last video game of the week, and also a new release, and it's Dying Light 2, Stay Human. Yeah, this released on Friday, and I weren't going to pick it up because the reviews for it have been very average to positive, saying that the main thing is that there's a lot of technical issues, and I have played a bit, and there is a few technical issues, but it's not too bad on the PS4 Pro. I went in the game, it's 60 quid, and I weren't going to pay that price. I was going to wait until it dropped, but I went in the Tesco, and with your club card, it's £42. So it's a very good price, and I thought, you know what, just pick it up because that's quite a good price. So it's 42 quid on the PS4, on all the Xboxes and PS5, so it's a very good price. So yeah. Played a bit of it. It's very much more the same of Dying Light, but it's really good and I'm having a lot of fun with it. Definitely is showing the PS4's age, but definitely very worth picking up if you enjoyed the first one. We've got 4 Blu-rays here. 3 of them are big new releases that came out last week, and one of them's a film that I've been waiting absolutely ages for. But first up is Last Night in Soho with a slip. Yes, so yeah, Last Night in Soho was pretty good. And the film's great and all. Yeah, Last Night in Soho, absolutely loved this film. Easily my favourite film of last year. Such a brilliant mix of genres, visually stunning, really good acting, absolutely fantastic soundtrack, and it's a criminal offence that this didn't do well at the box office, but hopefully with the release of home media it will find its home and people will discover it more. But yeah, I think when this film gets released by Channel 4 to be shown on Channel 4, it'll probably be end of the year or start of next year, because it's a Film 4 film. It'll probably gain a whole new wave of fans. It's definitely going to hit that cult status, I do think. But yeah, I always think like Edgar Wright films are definitely an event from the Cornetto trilogy to even Scott Pilgrim and Baby Driver. Every single Edgar Wright film is special, and this one is superb. Love every second of it. And the Blu-ray transfer is actually really good. The colours look great, and you do get loads of special features in here. They shows you how they do some of the things, some trickery with like the dancing scene with like Matt Smith, Anya Taylor-Joy, and Thomasin McKenzie. So yeah, definitely well worth picking this one up. Thankfully, I found it with a slip from HMV. I ordered it from HMV with a slip because I went to my HMV the other day, and unfortunately, only one copy of this had a slip. Next up is another big new release from last week, and that is Ghostbusters Afterlife. I unboxed this for the channel. I think I'll put the link in like one of the little cards above. Brilliant film. I'm not the biggest fan of the Ghostbusters films. Don't get me wrong, I do like the first one and I do like the second one. They're fun little 80s horror comedies, great cast and all that, but I've never really had a big emotional connection with that franchise like I do with like something like Star Wars or Back to the Future. So yeah, I gave this a watch on Friday. It nearly had me in tears. It is an absolutely near perfect revival of the Ghostbusters. I love it so much. From the first 10 minutes of it, I was won over. I was hooked. I think the characters are great. I think Phoebe is a brilliant new protagonist. Paul Rudd's fantastic. And there's a lot of fan service here, but it's fan service done right. And for someone who doesn't even have a big emotional connection to the Ghostbusters, to get quite teary at the end proves how special this film is. Definitely love this film. It's a shame that I couldn't see this in the cinema because this would have definitely made my top 10 films of the year. But yeah, I'm so glad I finally own it on Blu-ray. And also with the Blu-ray is that the picture quality is absolutely superb. Everything looks really crisp and sharp, and the sound sounds awesome. All the explosions, all the proton packs going off, and the soundtrack sounds superb. Even on my aging TV, it really does sound good. And the final big new release of last week that I picked up is Dune. Yeah, this one's definitely a very mixed bag for some people. Some people love it, some people hate it. I fall into the love it category, but I can definitely understand why people aren't a big fan of it. It's definitely a slow burner sort of film, very much like reading the first few chapters of a book. But yeah, this is like part one of like 3 parts, I think. Thankfully, the second part's been greenlit, so we are getting more of it. I very much enjoyed it, and I did play this yesterday morning in the background, and it looks superb. Definitely one of the best Blu-ray transfers I've seen recently. The colours really do pop. There's some scenes like in the nighttime sections that don't really sit right well with me, but for the most part, it's a great transfer. And I'm pretty certain, yeah, it is at Dolby Atmos. But yeah. And the final pickup of the week is a delivery I've been waiting for quite a while. I did a 3 for 2 from the entertainment store, and this one never turned up. I've literally waited 2 weeks for this, and it arrived Saturday afternoon. And that's Michael Keaton in Beetlejuice. Yeah, I've seen this years ago a couple of times, but I haven't seen it for quite a while and been wanting to pick this up for ages. Michael Keaton, Winona Ryder, I think you get Alec Baldwin in here, as well as Gina Davis. It's a classic. It's a classic Tim Burton film, and I love it so much. It's a shame it doesn't come with like one of these retro slips, but I don't really care because the artwork is absolutely fantastic. Haven't tried it out yet, but I'm definitely hoping to watch this really soon. But I've heard that the transfer on Blu-ray is really good, and that the 4K is apparently outstanding. So yeah. You do get some special features on here. You do get a CD soundtrack sampler, which is cool. And you also get a few episodes of the Beetlejuice TV cartoon show. I think I can kind of remember seeing episodes of it years ago, but it's cool to have it on here nevertheless. So yeah, that is Beetlejuice. Yep, that's all the pickups and deliveries for the past week. Not a lot, but still a decent haul nevertheless. I do have a few things coming in the post, so hopefully there'll be a little bit more to show you next week. As always, thank you very much for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. Tell me what you think of my pickups and deliveries for the past week in the comments section down below. And as always, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you could like and subscribe, that'd be totally awesome. And as always, till next time, bye.